Hi guys, and welcome back to Flipping Motors UK. So today it's bank holiday and it's currently 7:57 and I'm already out on the road. Reason being, I'm going to BCA in Leeds to pick up a little Honda Jazz. Never actually a car I've traded before. The Type R was the first Honda I've ever bought, so we'll see how it goes. I know for quite a practical little car, it doesn't look too bad. It's going to need a few little bits doing, but we'll get that sorted. My mate's also bought an Audi A1 from BCA Newcastle, so we're going to be going up there after. I'll probably try and show that on the video first, because that car has done absolute mega miles. He only bought it for a laugh, but in my opinion, for what he's probably paid 2 times too much for it, easy. But we'll have a little look. You might think differently, but some other traders and they do, but nah, not for me. It's done well, put it that way. Anyway, gonna go and get some fuel first, and hopefully we'll catch up with you once we've got the A1, and then I'll give you a good walk around the Jazz when we're back to the unit. Here we are, there is his little A1. It's the S-Line, wheels look a bit worn. It's got the part leather interior. Couple of scratches. Let's add some new rear calipers, by the look of it. Just looks like a pretty worn Audi A1 to me. Got some nice stone chips around here, a bit of lacquer peel. A lot of lacquer peel. However, this little A1 1.4 turbo petrol has done 288,000 miles. Yes, that's right, 288,000. A lot of service history from Audi. I'll be honest, I think he's paid far too much. He's paid 1,800 quid plus the fees, which means 2,115 quid plus all the collection, any prep it might need. He's adamant he's going to get £3 for it, but if you want to buy it, drop us a comment. But I don't know, I think it just looks a bit too worn, even if it is an automatic for that price. But fair enough, fair play to him. I hope it goes all alright. However, sadly for him, he may not be able to release the car from BCA, as I have put the collector's name as Jimmy Savile. See if he gets it. Ticking over lovely. Just a bit grimy on the inside, bit smelly.
Got a dump bulb.
They need a good clean. See if it moves. The warning triangle's trying to jump out already.
Oh, man.
Just had a little go myself. I've advised him to drive it up there and see why the gearbox light comes on. And it doesn't really like changing gear. Glad it's not my money. Well, the engine seems fine, but it was always going to be the DSG gearbox, wasn't it, if anything? We'll see though, we'll see. Just seems to have a gearbox light flashing where it tells you what gear it's in. See what we think. We'll have to get it home somehow. I've advised him to try it in sport mode, but I'll be honest, I don't think there's any leg to stand on. He's on about saying rejecting it. But do a static gear test, it's only got the basic test. See what it's like in sport mode. Might be a bit better, to be fair, by the look of it, but I mean, just a static test. There's no gearbox light without moving the car, so you won't really have a leg to stand on, I'm afraid. Well, we've made it as far as the Tyne Tunnel, and the Audi actually seems alright. I've just had a quick phone call off my mate Jay, and he's saying that he's not, well, he didn't see that gear light, the transmission light come on that I saw. So I've no idea what's going on with that car. He's saying it's driving absolutely superb. Says you can feel it's obviously done a few miles, but it's still going. I think that's a good start for something with that mileage. Obviously trusty old faithful BMW he is doing absolutely fine. But yeah, quite impressed with the little Audi. Hopefully it can carry on and make it back to Darlington. We have about 30 miles left, so I wish him the best of luck. Here we go, and this is a bit we've all been waiting for, in a disabled bay as well.
Can I just confirm Lewis actually told me to drive it? It was at my house.
Well, yeah, it's a car. There we go, we'll start it up and... Oh dear, doesn't sound good, does it? Ooh. Right, it's now in drive. Ooh, blooming heck. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Oh well, I was right again.
It's a high mark.
There we go, offer accepted of £700. It's going to be...
No, I haven't.
And that's what happens when you buy an Audi A1 with nearly 300,000 miles from the auction. Well, you didn't, you paid 2,100. If anyone wants it, it's £1,000. It's just about moved this far. To be fair though, there's no gearbox oil on the floor or anything, which is a good sign. Oh well, on to the next one. Right, we're back. Let me get my baby out of the way first. Oxford green, by the way. Give it a little tart up yesterday. It's not perfect, but doing little bits at a time. She is lovely. Whew. Love it. Right, enough of that idiot. Let's have a look around the little Honda that I've bought. So I think it's quite a nice colour. Greys are quite popular at the moment, aren't they? We have some very dull headlights. Probably give them a quick polish over with a machine polisher shortly. And look at this. It's got a body kit. Look at that. Minor bumper scuff there, we'll touch that in. There is quite a few bits I want to touch in, but based on the age and mileage of the car, I'm not too bothered about going over the top with, and I don't think the future owner of this car will be either. As long as it's presentable and clean and safe, I think that's the main thing. Tyre there, so wheels are a little bit curved. Tyre is about 5mm remaining. Discs look a little bit scored. I did seem to hear some backing plate noises or something. I think it was more from the rear, to be honest. That's about 4mm again. Discs slightly lipped, but they don't look too bad. The car drove really well, actually. I couldn't really find many things to fault. We have light damage to the passenger side mirror. The near side isn't in too bad condition, although I do think it has had a fair bit of paint in the past, so it might have had a bit of a scrape. This bit here, so it has been marked down there. I think what I'm going to be doing is just as good a job as possible as touching that in. Again, it's not perfect, but for what I'm going to be asking for this car, I only paid, after fees, it was just over 600 quid, say 650, and it's back. But there's not going to be a lot of money in the car, and I think it can be presentable and safe without going too over the top. There's a couple of marks around here. Some of it will actually buff off, I think. Well, quite a lot of it, actually. And again, the old touch-up pen will come in handy. I'm going to order one of them tomorrow when my part supply is back. Looks like it's been sold from a Toyota dealership at some point. A Honda to a Toyota. Definitely older people, you could say. Like I say, not a car I've ever had anything to do with the Honda Jazz. But looking at it, you get a good sized little boot. Nice and spacious. Some rubber mats in there we'll be getting a shot of. Little space saver spare wheel. Needs a good tidy. But everything back here seems to be working as it should be, which is a good sign. Haven't looked for every rear discs are... I don't know, they are quite scored and glazed, so we might have to put a set on that if they're making a noise. That's potentially the backing plate you heard. Arches don't look too bad for an old Honda, they often look a lot worse than that. It needs a good machine polish, mind, I'll give it that. Nice trim if you're old. Not a lover of that. Do these lift up on these? I can't really remember. The Jazzes were always quite a practical car, weren't they? Maybe they don't, maybe they just fold. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm guessing they're going to fold fairly flat there, which is good. I'll tell you one thing I was amused at. Imagine having your kids in the back here. You sit behind your mum and dad, there we go. You're trying to drive and pulling this thing here, right, get forward. Not really the best idea, depending how well behaved your kids are, but there we go. Thought it was only chauffeur cars that had stuff like that. Where we at? Let's have a look. because I find that really amusing. My mum would have gone absolutely mental. There we go, quite a dated dashboard if I do say so myself. But it's functional and there's so many practical features on the Jazz. I've had a good look around it. What's this? Oh, not too sure. I'll jump out for now. I'll be honest with you, I know these are meant to be oh, that's hanging off. I need to sort that. These are meant to be very popular with old people, but I couldn't get comfortable in it. There you go, there's some damage for you. You'll all love that. So the mirror's being caught in it. Sadly, it's not just the cover's fine. The repeater's fine once it's in place. It's actually the body that's damaged, you can see there. So we're probably going to have to put a new mirror on that. We'll probably get a nice new second-hand unit for it. I'll take that all apart shortly. Inside, it needs a good clean. I'll probably have a go with my new wet vacuum on them seats. It starts without any hassle. Really healthy engine, good handbrake, nice gearbox including reverse as well. Got all your air conditioning, all that works. Do need to set the time. Oh, got a CD. Oh, Part X Gold. Don't think we'll be getting any copyright strikes off YouTube for that though. There we go. Turn it off anyway. It's 117,514 miles. Nice big glove box. And then you've got more space down here. It is a bit dark in here, isn't it? It's the only thing I don't like about filming in here. Ooh, sound like me getting up this morning at 7:30. Loads of storage down here. And even more down there. We have electrically folding mirrors. They both work, lovely. Windows, very good. All the locking seems to work as well. And look at this here, pan roof, look at that, which is worth a fortune. But on a serious note, good selling point, these little sunroofs. That all seems to work as it should. What's this one for? Oh, that's a tilt, look at that. Right, how do you get it? There you go. Seems a good little car, to be honest, doesn't it? Let's have a quick look under the bonnet. I can't imagine there'll be a lot to see from the 1.4 engine. Certainly won't be much to go wrong. It's a Honda. I've already drove it back, so I can say that now. Oh, someone's carved their initials into there. A-R, possibly. There we go. Let's get this open. Oh, it's a DSi. Look at that. Not a VTEC, I'm surprised at. I thought it'd be a little 1.2, 1.4 VTEC. However, it is absolutely tiny, look at that. Little battery on it as well. I'm going to go over them very shortly, see how they come up. It's actually got quite a sporty look going on at the front, I think, hasn't it? I've seen as well, some people have put K20 engines. So remember the Civic I put the video of, a 2 litre, nearly 200 horsepower. Some idiots put them engines in these Jazzes, blooming heck. It felt dangerous going round roundabouts as it is. They're a bit higher sided, a bit wallowy, aren't they? But yeah, got all the brake fluid and that in there. That seems okay. Looks like a little wee something. That'll be clutch fluid. Oil cap. It's quite tight. Clean. And I have already checked the oil, obviously, before we left Leeds to go and pick up that stupid Audi. It's not overfilled. I've double checked that it is on the level. And you've got your coolant in there as well. I think that was okay as well, actually. Well, it must have been, or I wouldn't have drove back, would I? Quite fiddly, isn't it? Maybe a little bit low. Just double check there's no water leaks or anything before we send this out the door, potentially from the water pump or any pipes or anything. But I think I've got myself a good little buy there. Tell me if you think otherwise. There you go, so after just, I'd say, a couple of minutes max on the headlight, it's come up so much better. So we're going to check everything else on the car now. Probably get it down to my mechanic tomorrow, get this headlight polished up. I've started taking the mirror apart. With it being the electronic folding one, it's going to be a bit more expensive. So I'm going to see if I can just get away with replacing this piece, as it appears it's not part of a mirror body. But there is just, once you pop the glass off, there's just a couple of normal headed screws to take off. So it'd be nice if we could just replace this part. Potentially save us some costs and faffing about with electric motors. But we'll have a little look, see what we need to do. There we are, guys. Believe it or not, that is not touching. So there's the other headlight. It's come up well after a quick polish. Should be a lot more visible now. I've also had the back wheels off. Freed off the rear brakes a little bit. The discs do still look a bit scored though, so I'm going to bring it to my mechanic tomorrow. Make sure he's happy with the caliper operation. The pads aren't sticking or anything anymore. And to be fair, if he says it needs discs and pads, that's what we'll be doing. I've had a little look at this mirror, had it all apart, put it back together temporarily just in case I took it home. It's going to need a mirror. I've put a bid on one on eBay. I think I offered £60, so if we can get that a powerful one, I'd be quite happy. I have to say it's very good having a unit. Really enjoying having my own bit of space. Just giving my own car a quick clean out. The old workhorse has cleans up well. And what I've got back from paint. Really good job of this as well. So if you remember, it was all scuffed down there. You give that a good polish. That's looking really good now. I still want to touch this bit in though, once it's all clean. And then this was all damaged as well. Look at that. He's done a fantastic job at RA Body Shop in Darlington. Really, really pleased with the results of that. We'll be getting in for a full valet tomorrow, see how she comes up, a big Jag. But yeah, really enjoying life at the moment. Got some nice cars around, plenty going on, keeping us busy for my week off. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and especially to my repeat subscribers and viewers of my videos, thank you so much. I've now hit 1,000 subscribers, well more now, we're actually close to 1,100. Really happy with that, thank you so much. Yeah, lots going on at the moment. I'm really happy. I've got lots to go at, and yeah, really enjoying having a roof over my head as well. It's nice not being rained off all the time or being windswept. I might look at, I know I've been working hard today, you know. Going to save Jay, and we've got a nice little car myself. Yeah, the Jazz, I don't think we are going to get away with a mirror, so I have put a bid in for one of them. What's happened since the last video? So it was a Kia video that got me to 1,000 subscribers. The Kia sold for just under asking price. Gentleman in Stockton-on-Tees bought it. He's really happy with it. Good little runabout for him to get to work and back. And also, since then I bought a Mini First from Newcastle. Didn't have time to film that one, but that sold to as a first car. I think it went to Pickering in North Yorkshire. Someone really happy with that. Again, similar money. Only made a couple of £100 off it, but it was a nice little car for someone. Anyway, thank you so much again, guys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the video still. Any other ideas, anything different you want to see, let us know. Take care, guys. Thank you so much.